Hello, everybody. I am Nicole Safely, and I'm super excited to be here tonight. I feel like I say that with every interview, and they just keep getting better, Joan. So this one's going to really light you guys up. We are in the Art of Confidence event, how to build unstoppable confidence and skyrocket your revenue. I say that to tell you this. This is probably going to help you in a whole myriad of ways outside of just making money. So just a caveat, if money is all you care about, you can listen, but Joan is definitely someone who is going to impact your life in multiple ways. Dr. Joan Yue, welcome in. Most people know her as the chemist turned miracle healer. She and I had the pleasure of being in a leadership intensive, and one of the most dynamic people I can say that I've met. She helps clients who are ready to harness their superpowers within to shift out of overthinking, reset their nervous system, and ease into abundance. They hire her as the chiropractor for the nervous system. I love that analogy, right? We all need a little bit of an adjustment every once in a while. And it's really designed to help people unfreeze and move forward towards their biggest dreams that you've had that burning desire for years. In addition, Joan teaches 2 simple alignment tools for you to use, both for your life to handle emotions with ease and really be able to master self-command, so that you can create loving relationships, true abundance, and freedom. So Joan, I am so excited that you're with us. Welcome, welcome. And thank you all for tuning in. So grab your notepad, open up your space, and let's dive in.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah. So can I call you Joan? Do I need to use doctor?
No, just call me.
My daughter is a pharmacist. She's like, call me Dr. Narrows. I'm like, no, I don't like doctor. But you definitely, for me, have done a lot more than many doctors have. So congratulations. But let's dive in a little bit, opening up the superpowers within, harnessing that superpower. The reason that I really wanted to bring Dr. Joan in to talk to you guys is, as female business owners, I'll speak for myself. As a female business owner, I ran into roadblocks. I would get to a certain level of success and found myself kind of in a circle, like not ever really being able to break over to the other side of achievement and abundance. Not that I hadn't done a lot of great things in corporate America and my own business, lots of different areas, but when like there's more. And so a couple of years ago, I set out to really work on myself. In fact, that was literally the words that the coach used for me, Joan, was, are you ready to do the work? Okay. Oh, all right. I built it up for 48 years. Now it's time to dive in and do the work. And I did. I worked so many different modalities and walked through so much trauma, life things, personal blockers, and I felt amazing. But there was still a block for me. Still at times is confidence and, self-awareness. And then Joan said to me, I think I'm going to paraphrase, but what if it was easy? And we started talking about a quantum leap. And that's when I knew that things could be different and that there were definitely things I hadn't had in my purview. And I'd love for you to talk about how you begin to engage, to look at, help us look at and move through to unleash those superpowers.
Okay, so I want to talk about quantum leap. And lots of people talk about it in the business. And I literally is talking about quantum leap in terms of quantum physics. So lots of people, what I notice is that they are not aware of the energy or the state of being they are in. So to give you more background on the state of being.
Yes.
Same person, but one day you are in a really good mood, you get everything done. And that's a higher vibration state of being. And there are days nothing works. And you are the same person. And so people sometimes think, oh, something is wrong with me. No, you just didn't aware of your state of being, and you didn't have tools or people to help you to be staying here more. And so the energy of struggle. So I see lots of business owners, they learn tools, they work hard, but they are in this striving energy, this struggle energy. They keep pushing boulders. So in the quantum field, where there is infinite possibilities, every new moment, everything is open to you. You can have it easy, but boy, you pour it down, you collapse into the possibility of the problem you're solving. You got to move this boulder out of all the possibility. You collapse it back to a problem, and you're pushing boulder. Yeah, with determination, you can make something happen, but that's hard work. In terms of quantum leap, from this struggle to what you want, this life of freedom, ease, abundance, you literally cannot make it linear. It didn't work. It literally, it's this energy shift. This shift of your state of being, more in alignment with the life you want to live. And in that energy, you create things with ease. You bring in the right help. And in this state, you are in your natural state of connecting to the superpowers within. We are all spiritual beings living a human experience. So that means you have the power within, but you need to find alignment. You cannot be struggle like that. And that's how you can make a quantum leap to produce results quicker.
Now, when we started talking, so I am totally on board with the quantum field, and my experience in that space, that really has just been the last couple of years, but it came through meditation. And I know when you and I spoke, you talked about the difference between that state of being and then trying to access it through meditation, how that's different. And it's a different energy then, or how would you describe that? This quantum leap versus like meditation and meditating on the infinite and the quantum field.
So like, I have run into a few people that they, after my class, so I teach a movement feedback class, and when people come in, because I'm deeply connected to my body, that means I'm deeply connected to my superpowers, I could see their blocks. And one time, and it's recent, I saw this one person keep closing her eyes during a movement class. And I say, you know, meditation is good, but that's still a mental state. When you're deeply connected to your superpower, you experience this profound silence, and you hear the guidance or your inner wisdom clearly. And so another person really got it. She realized she had been using meditation to keep her stuck. It's a way to escape emotional intensity. And after the class, her life completely shifted. So she had, and her husband had been applying for a small business loan for 12 years, and they never got it. They apply every year, but after the class, a few days later, it was approved instantly.
Oh my word.
And then she
Yeah.
hasn't had coaching income for many months, and she started $1,000 days again.
That is absolutely incredible, because I know you get in that spot as a business owner, like, okay, I just need to go get the next technique. And, somebody's going to teach me how to generate 1,000 leads in 30 days. Or, if I just work hard enough. What I'm hearing you saying, it's really, the work can be really easy. And it's very different. It's not necessarily work at all. It's a practice. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I noticed that recently I got a lot of referral from a business coach. And what I find out is a lot of business owners, because you have to show up more, and sometimes some challenges really overwhelm your nervous system.
Yeah.
And then people could be successful and then shut down. And what I help, even in a simple movement class, that person, I reset the nervous system. And in one-on-one, I literally delete all the repressed emotions, because people's emotional tanks are too full. And that people really didn't get. It's not they don't work hard enough. It's not that they don't know the technique. It's not that they are in confusion or inadequacy. It's because their nervous system really want to protect them from that. And these things, even inadequacy, confusion, all those are protective mechanisms. Once you return back to normal, we have this deep inner wisdom, and then clarity come to you. The right people come to you. When you go from this place of desperation, this needing someone to rescue you, even if you pay $20,000 for a program, you don't absorb it. You really need to harness the superpower within, and then you can assimilate the information, and then you gain that clarity. And that's very important to do.
Absolutely. With clarity comes confidence, right? When I have that clear vision, and I feel like it's a knowing that's very different than feeling like you're equipped. It's a knowing that you are a superpower, that things are available to you, and getting out of your own way, me getting out of my own way.
Yeah, it's about that everything you need to know, it's within you. And other people just remind you of what you already know. And when you come from that place, everything becomes easy. Do you see? You are not looking for out of desperation. You are looking for, next piece. And when you are deeply connected, the next piece, the right people which come to you.
Yeah. I am reminded the first time that we kind of had a one-on-one, you talked about how you had studied with Tibetan monks. Like, what's your journey been to be able to do this work? Because honestly, I'm like, it is amazing, but it seems too good to be true. You mean I don't have to go and do? Like, tell me about your background and what, drew you into this practice and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I did know from Tibetan monk, but I think you were feeling heat. And I mentioned about that's when you deeply connected to the core of your being, because Tibetan monks, they can melt ice. You know why? Why they're deeply connected. So I was a corporate executive, and unfortunately, I had a lot of abundance, but I had nervous wreck. I was highly anxious, had PTSD symptoms or everything. And I really want to live a different life. And so I decided to quit. I want to figure out life. So I kind of retired early. And then when I study all kinds of transformational tools, but nothing really, make true transformational shifts, a little bit here, there. And most people, the most important area didn't shift. And until I met this mentor, Dr. Carl Wolf, and he was like 72, and he wanted students. He came out of retirement. He wanted students to teach movement feedback, and and my anxiety after I learned that, my anxiety come down, because I feel I sink deeply into the ocean. And so the wave didn't affect me that much. And that's when I started to open up the gifts, because people ask me, like, how come you could see energy, you could shift people, you can do all that? And I didn't have that kind of gift. Actually, my mentors say it would be harder because I had a PhD. I overthink. You say people run one thinking process, you can run 5 at the same time. It's going to be harder. But what I'm going to talk about right now, for people, they overthink. And that's making life difficult, because we have this innate wisdom always prompting us to do the easy thing, do the right thing, do whatever. But we resist that, and we rely on overthinking. And when I stop overthinking, I stop anxiety, and I connected to these gifts.
I can definitely raise my hand in the overthinking piece. And a lot of times it stops me. I've been in spaces where I felt like I was super connected on a path. Everything's kind of being revealed to me, and then I'll stop it. There's got to be something that, it's not going to work. If I don't know enough, and I immediately interject. It's like the stream is going and it's got me. And then I stand up in the water and I start walking back upstream,
Yeah. That's what I see. It's like, I did a post called Your Tolerance for Abundance. Literally, our nervous system stop us from feeling horrible emotions if they are too intense. But if you are having too much abundance, too much ease, your nervous system still don't want it, because it's like you get too excited, you feel too good. It's still overwhelming. Do you see? And I'm going to tell some secrets. Billionaires, why their business take off? They went through many business, but always up and down until a point they don't care. And that's when their business take off. And what I find is that some people, they can have success, and then some event shock their system, or they are having too good feelings. Then they start to hit the upper limit and they shut down. That's why what I find out, when I reset it, they start to open back up. And then you need tools to maintain, so you can, life happens, and you just maintain that alignment with your dreams, with spirit. That's why it's the transformation need to be mind, body, spirit. It's the whole package to have permanent shifts and lasting shifts.
I could use a lasting shift. I feel like I've come a long way, but I'm still doing work. I need lasting shifts. So how do you get to that point? What is the stepwise process for getting into this space, changing that that mentality, that state of mind. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So I help people through a program that literally they have tools to stay in alignment. But the big piece is I delete all this stuck energy, reset and the nervous system. So their emotional tank is less, and then they get to focus on what they want and all that. And then, stay in alignment. And that shift is very quick process. In terms of, I want to give a couple tools, like for people, is that if you realize your nervous system is holding you back, so there are situations you feel your system is overwhelmed, rather than pushing harder, do things make you feel good? And I want to give you some examples. I know I do a lot of fun things, but I still, I think a month ago, I decided I want to go to beach for 2 days. And it's amazing. I want to walk on the beach, and I was in a really good mood. And someone who ghosted me, like she paid a deposit like last year, messaged me and booked a session. But do you see, it literally, most people don't get your state of being produce your thoughts, emotion, actions, and results. When you are in a great state of beings, that solve your problem, because I didn't really spend energy on trying to fix the problem. Do you see? But people think, oh, someone goes to me, let me message more. But in that struggling energy, you just bring back more struggle. But I was in a good mood. And then guess what? The next day, I went and I never see, like they have blue jellyfish. Anyway, I was having good time. So I went to walk. And the next day, another person who didn't message me back like a couple weeks ago, she says she came from referral. Someone forwarded my email to her friend, and this person came for a session, and we were talking about the program, and she said, I'll get back to you. And she never get back the next day. And guess what? She messaged me and say, I want to start in June. End of June, I'll talk to you. Because she's wrapping up something else. But do you see how powerful your state of being resolve issue? When you are in a good mood, you are connected to your spirit, your true essence, your superpowers. So stop, trying to fix problem, because you created it, and you cannot solve
it. You said
I
created my problem. No, I didn't, Joan.
Okay, the state of being that created the problem couldn't resolve it.
Yeah.
So I want people to get because I recently helped one person, and after, like, she said, oh, now I can think clearly. Before I just thought my business wasn't moving, so I need to work harder, but I couldn't think clearly. Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you see? It's literally the more you do things that are fun, and the more your nervous system become more relaxed, and the more you tap into this bigger power, and the more everything becomes easy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So powerful. I actually ended up in the hospital for a condition completely related to that. I was having so much anxiety, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. My husband's like, well, what are you thinking about when you get anxious? I'm like, it's not even a thought. It just is anxiety. And it was a physical feeling. And I had to change a lot of stuff in my life. And it wasn't that my job was stressful, but there was something about the situation, that wasn't working. And it was a combination, but just recognizing my body was in fight or flight. So I don't know, if people watching this, if you've had that feeling where it's not that you've had a thought, but like things are shut down, your adrenal overload, you just can't handle anymore. I mean, when you talked about that level being completely full, absolutely, I could see the cup running over. I just can't handle one more thing, tears, and it becomes really hard. And then you kind of get to the point where I don't know how to fix this. And I just knew I didn't probably have enough fun, but I knew I needed to retract and I needed to get out of that fight or flight. I wish I had known about this then, because it sounds like it would have been a lot easier to do.
Yeah, because lots of and sometimes you need help, right? Your system is frozen.
Yes.
What do you do? But do you see, once I really get this, people's nervous system is frozen, let me reset that, and everyone shift left and right. It's incredible to hear that. And that's the secret. People didn't realize. They beat themselves up to push harder. That gets you no further.
Yes. Yes. I could talk to you all night, and I'm like, I need you as you move, like I feel your movement. You guys, Joan is so powerful in how she engages with you. If you felt stuck, you've got dreams, you want to live in abundance, I highly recommend that you engage with Dr. Joan. Do you want to tell them about the move? I did this the other day and it was incredible. Tell them about the movement feedback class that you offer to kind of get things started for the experience. Yeah.
So another secret is our body is our subconscious mind. And so lots of the patterns holding us back, it's mind body looping. And when you move, how you do anything is how you do everything. I can see what patterns holding you back. You don't need to tell me a thing. I'll tell you. But so if you are willing to be open to feedback, and I teach you, I shift you out of it. And I couldn't believe how much people's life completely shifted. Like that session Nicole was in, one person came in like frozen like that. In 5 minutes, she relaxed and she released so much emotions throughout the session. And that's how powerful it is. And I'm offering those who are brave, and it's not a big class because I teach 4 a week, and my client only come to 1 a week. So it's a tiny class, but you are going to shift. One person
I definitely did. It is movement. And one of the activities, and I think it was specific for me and like where I was about drawing in energy, because I deflected, is kind of what you said, and like drawing it in. And in the beginning, I was just kind of like going through the motions. And as I just settled into that movement, I could literally feel the power of drawing my energy back to me. And that I was not expecting. You think you're just doing some movements, but like it's purposeful and it's impactful. So yeah.
And it's for you, that's why I did it. It's a way to bring in abundance. Do you see, if you are not taking in energy, and for you, I feel it's an intimacy thing, then that means you are not bringing in abundance to the amount that you deserve. And so it depends on who show up. I would do different kind of exercise to unblock them. But we did a lot of money thing. It was fun. It depends on who show up.
Absolutely. Everybody can use a little more money. There's never a problem with that. Yeah, I found myself doing the movements for other people. And that's the thing about group coaching too, is it may not be like your primary thing, but you're going to get draw from the other people too, right? So yeah, so to register for the class, movementfeedback.com, is that what it is?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I give you a link to directly for the free class.
Awesome. And I will put that in the show notes so everybody can go out and register. And I would suggest that you share this with a friend. You know, when I think about things like, oh, she needs that, she needs that. Really, you need it, and point your fingers at yourself, but bring somebody along, because it is and it's an experience, and it's a beginning of a relationship, I think, that will definitely change your life and have you unleash those superpowers to step into confidence and abundance and all the good things. Joan, thank you so much for being here. You are incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We will see you in our group. I am fierce. Dr. Joan will be up on the group and the website and everything, so you can rewatch this, dial into her, and take your business, your personal life, whatever's important to you, to the next level. We'll see you soon.